First of a potential knockout for the Seattle Storm, and they get it by Izzy McMagor. 3-possession lead now inside 2 minutes to play. That was a monstrous possession. Reese nowhere to go, rebounded by McMagor. How about the second of a 1-2 punch and knock the sky out of here, and a foul. Diggins-Smith to the line for 2.
The
How about
defense leading to offense. But good hand in the face by Jordan Horston. And then Nneka Ogwumike just wants the basketball, rips it away. And then Izzy McMagor on the other end, finishing with the offhand in traffic. The defense leading to offense. Seattle is best when they push pace. Skylar can't knock in that free throw. She's been so consistent this year from the free throw line. An 85% free throw shooter splits the pair. And she shakes her head. You can't make them all.
That's right. And a timeout taken by Chicago. Seattle so good in clutch games, 6-2 on the season. They did lose one on Friday. And they remember that. There is no question about it. They lead by 8 with 1:38 left to go in the game. Ogwumike with 22 and 12 has just been marvelous today. 9 of 14 from the field. 18 for Lloyd, 13 for McMagor to go along with 11 rebounds and 12 for Diggins-Smith. And we've got a busy week coming up. Matinee game against Kelsey Plum, Asia Wilson, and the Aces at 12 o'clock. And then on Friday, how about a little redemption against the Lynx? They have been a thorn in Seattle's side this year. We'll see. But this is a different Storm team now than the team that played the Lynx at the beginning of the season multiple times.
Yeah, there's no question. They started with Minnesota game 1 at home, game 2 at Minnesota, and came away with 2 L's. And you never know how things turn out. Maybe it was the best thing that ever happened to Seattle because they had to give their head a shake and figure out how to come together and build chemistry, and boy, they sure have. This homestand has been really well played by Seattle. Of course, the loss on Friday, but they are 4-1, and with an 8-point lead here with just over a minute and a half to go. If they can close this one out, we're looking at a 5-1 homestand and still 3 more to go.
7th straight game with 20 or more assists for the Storm, and they are 10-2 when they get to 20 assists. They only got to 20 assists 3 of the prior 11 games before that streak, so they are sharing the basketball much, much better, as you saw in the last minute or so. Here's Allen with it. Feeds Reese. Ball poked free. Carter must have 3 for Chicago. Off the mark. Storm have it. They can take 24 off the clock and get this down to about 50 seconds. Diggins-Smith, hounded by Allen. Both teams in the bonus. Here's Horston, driving in. Spin move, back to Ogwumike, player of the game. That's off the back iron. Rebound, Izzy McMagor, tee it up, knock it in! Skylar Diggins-Smith with the dagger. 11-point Seattle lead. Mabry the other way, that one's no good. Snatched down by Ogwumike, and Seattle is gonna take the season series from the Chicago Sky. How about the game for Nneka Ogwumike, and second half for Skylar Diggins-Smith. She had a rough start to the game along with Jewel Lloyd, but she has been marvelous in the second half.
Well, Izzy McMagor tracking down this offensive rebound. We knew this game was going to come down to rebounding, and that board leads to the open jumper from long range for Skylar Diggins-Smith, who had so many great plays defensively. She's got 15 points now, 8 assists and 3 boards. And Nneka Ogwumike adding on to her leading total. She is leading the game in terms of scoring now with 23 points. She's done all the little things today. 23 points, 13 boards for Nneka Ogwumike, the veteran, getting it done in a physical battle against Chicago, and a little revenge given after taking the loss on their home floor on Friday.
A 10-0 run by the Seattle Storm after this game was cut to 3 at 72-69. My goodness. And this is what Seattle does. They play in clutch games, but they're usually not clutch games when it ends. They're 6-2, but they've only had 2 games decided by 7 or less. Here's the turnover. They're about to turn this into a rout. Jewel Lloyd's going up and laying it in. 15-point lead. This has been anything but a one-sided contest. But those taking a look at it on the internet tonight will think that the Storm just smoked Chicago as Magmagor smokes that one out of bounds.
She just has the most beautiful block shots. Her third of the game. Look at this, getting up, left hand. Not that time, Angel.
Chicago's glad they're not seeing Magmagor again in the regular season. 16 blocks in 3 games. No, yes, 16 blocks, 5, 8, and 3. Here's Mabry with it, lays it up and in. Finally, the run by Seattle ends at 12-0. Oh, fun one. Absolutely a fun one here in Seattle after a miserable start for the Storm offensively. They score 12 points in the first quarter, but they score 72 in quarters 2, 3, and 4 and get a double-digit win. As Teresa Weatherspoon, the Hall of Famer, gives Noelle Quinn a hug. There's Pokey Chapman, who coached this Chicago Sky team for 6 years.